experiences where this hasn't. As a district leader, as a district director this year, I have access to past district leaders from our district as well as other districts. And I've had two key relationships, long-term relationships, that have benefited me very well. The first one being Mr. Corbo, who is present in this room. He was the one who helped me early on through my division director year, governor year, as well as preparing for entering district leadership as to what I could expect. And what did I need to focus on to help me be successful in not only in the role and for my future, because I knew right away I was going to be district director, but also for what was needed right then to get me elected. Now, Brad is a past district governor, and he has a lot of experience, and he's been a member of my club, so he knows me really well. And so he has been able to help show me where some of those gaps are. The second person that's been really instrumental in my life is Mona Cooley. She's also a past district governor, and I've had an opportunity to work more closely with her over the past couple of years. And it took a little while to develop our relationship. It does take time and investment to develop that safe environment where people are willing to share information. Me in particular, I'm a pretty private person. Well, I used to be, not anymore. And those two relationships have been invaluable to me as a success in the district leadership roles. Now, of course, there are other district governors that I've tried out to see if there was going to be a good fit. And in a lot of cases, I didn't feel like some of those past district governors really had my best interest. And I know that because they will often state what their experiences were and not be mindful of where I was at. So some of those relationships didn't always work out as I had hoped. So, c'est la vie. The relationships come and go, you learn lessons, and you move on. Now, the other aspect of this that has helped me tremendously is the short-term situations. And this is where coaching comes into play. Coaching is perhaps a short-term relationship with a specific task or skill that you're interested in building. And I've also had some successes and some opportunities in this area. And it particularly relates to my club growth director year, because that is the position that is focused on marketing skills. During that year, a region advisor was Kelly Nielsen from the United States. And I had an opportunity to work with her through one of her visits. So as Laurel knows, and some of us here know, when a district leader, an international director comes to visit, or a region advisor, there's a lot of things to do around that. And this being my first time as club growth director, I had no idea what I was doing. But Kelly was able to come, help me prepare, help me execute marketing calls by sitting with me, showing me first how that's supposed to work, and then seeing how I was doing and giving me feedback. And then also following up afterwards throughout the year to see how those contacts were going. So for me, that was a specific situation, and she was actually giving me some specific skill development while observing me in action. Now, I also tried the same thing with some Toastmaster members who are experienced in sales. They lived in Calgary, and I didn't have an opportunity to work one-on-one with them. We were only coaching over the phone. And I felt I was missing some of that skill development because I wasn't able to communicate exactly what I was doing. So I think one of the key things in coaching is that it's specific, it's short-term, and that person can observe you in action and see how you're doing. We have a number of these relationships in Toastmasters, whether it's long-term or short-term. We can choose, pick and choose, shop around, try to find that relationship that works for you depending on what it is that you need. But going forward, Toastmasters International has developed in the Pathways program a more robust mentoring program and training development for us, starting with this speech, this project. And they advise the mentoring relationship be about 6 months or so. So it is a bit on the longer term, and when that new member comes in and you're mentoring that new member, you don't quite know where their skill development is going to need to be. And so this is where that mentoring relationship is valuable. It was for me when I first joined Toastmasters. If Bev hadn't been here, I would have not known what to do. Well, I would probably figure it out somehow, but it was very helpful. When I first joined district leadership, it was very helpful for Brent to be there to guide me because he had experience. So I encourage you to pick up that mentoring relationship, get involved with Pathways and the mentoring program, and make a difference in people's lives.